Hello and welcome to another edition of Eco Africa, brought to you by Channels TV in Nigeria, KTN in Kenya and Deutsche Welle in Germany. I'm Neota Egbe, I'm here in Lagos and my colleague joins us from Kenya. Hi Sharon.
Well, hello Neota and hello to everybody. Today we are going to be focusing on extreme weather. Nearly every continent is affected in some way by powerful storms, floods or drought. This is largely the result of climate change, which is at least in part due to human activity. But that is not all that we have for you today. Also coming up, we show you how the people of Cape Town are dealing with the worst water crisis in a long time. Lessons learned. 5 years after floods in southern Germany, how much has changed? And saying no to deforestation, how palm oil is being produced sustainably in Sierra Leone. When you think of extreme weather in Africa right now, it's hard to ignore the ongoing drought in South Africa. Cape Town in particular has been struggling with severe water shortages. The dreaded day zero, when the city's reservoirs were predicted to run dry, has been deferred for the moment, but the crisis is far from over. Everybody is having to save water, from schools to private households and hotels. Let's begin by looking at what people are doing to cut down on their water consumption.
Cape Town, South Africa, famous for Table Mountain and its beautiful landscape. The city has been suffering for around 3 years from one of the world's most dramatic urban water crises. Day zero, the date when Cape Town's taps are expected to run dry, has now been pushed back to 2019. But saving water remains crucial. It's become part of everyday life.
In terms of how we use the water in the cafe, we've made a massive effort in trying to use as little as possible. So washing up sinks are really, really low. We don't refill them often. We use it consciously and mindfully.
According to the Worldwide Fund for Nature, 2/3 of the world population may face water shortages within the next years due to global warming. The city of Cape Town has imposed a limit of 50 litres of water per person per day. The impact on small businesses that rely on water like laundries is particularly severe. The shortages make it difficult to plan ahead.
The bad part of it is I might just need to cut staff. I need to think about that I want to create more work for people, but if that happens, it's going to be out of my hands and control, because the business won't operate the way it's supposed to operate.
But the drought is also unleashing creative potential, opening up opportunities for green businesses like Leslie Humalo's eco-friendly car wash. Instead of using water, he employs a biodegradable chemical to remove dirt. In his opinion, most South Africans have to find innovative ways to manage the crisis.
The day zero is quite an interesting thing for me. I think it's the so-called drought is something that can be avoided, and I don't think it's a crisis. I think it's just a panic that is uncalled for. You know, because if you sit and really think about it, are we really running out of water? Not really. We're just panicking, and everyone is going to buy water as if the world is going to end tomorrow, you know, and yet there is sufficient water. We just need to plan accordingly.
While residents and businesses are trying to save water, the city is searching for new water sources. Authorities are hoping to tap vast natural reservoirs deep underground. The South Africa Water Crisis Coalition has recently discovered an aquifer near the dry The Watersclope Dam. Experts believe that aquifers could provide 150 million litres or a fifth of Cape Town's drinking water.
So there's huge aquifers that are available. Many of them are deep inland, and extracting water from them will not cause seawater intrusion. The city and in fact the National Department of Water and Sanitation is at this very moment drilling into that aquifer near to Waterskloof, and there is enough just from that area to supplement our supplies.
The spectre of day zero has left Cape Townians hovering somewhere between panic and resilience. People there have managed to cut collective consumption by more than half, hopefully inspiring other cities around the world which are facing hotter, drier weather.
Let's head to Europe now. So far, the effects of climate change have been less severe there, but extreme weather is nonetheless on the rise. Neota, you have an example from Germany?
That's right, Sharon. Germany has seen several major floods in recent years. We went to the southern town of Deggendorf, where floods destroyed many houses 5 years ago. We wanted to know what the people there have learned from that experience and what they would do should it repeat itself.
4 walls and a roof, but this is not just any house for Dieter Tresker. He built his new home to replace the one he lost when a severe flood submerged a small Deggendorf district in southern Germany. He wrote about his experiences as part of this photo book. 5 years on, it still brings back memories.
The
first 3 weeks we couldn't get inside because it stood underwater. It was 3 meters deep and took 3 weeks to recede.
He's learned from the experience. His new home is built to specifications designed to withstand another flood.
On the ground floor, we only really have the garage, utility room and storeroom now. So the living rooms are on the first floor because of a new rule set by the city of Deggendorf.
The 100-year flood of 2013 devastated Deggendorf. Houses of residents like Mr. Tresker were almost completely covered by water and the protective dikes and pumps overwhelmed.